Hello everyone and welcome to Unicorn Light Tarot. Sincerely hope everybody is doing amazingly well. Welcome one and all, whether this is the first time you have clicked onto a video or whether you have been here before. Welcome, welcome. Very quick announcement. We have a new episode, episode 9 on the podcast, Unicorn Light Podcast. This episode is all about owning your authenticity and your voice. Give you some delving deep into how to do that, supporting you doing that, and especially if you're an empath or somebody who's highly psychic and sensitive, this is definitely an episode for you. Links are down below. So today I thought what we would do, even though this is a timeless reading, whenever you click onto it will absolutely serve your purposes, I thought we would do something insanely magical for 2022 as we move into February. So we are doing magical messages from your fairy godmother. What wishes are coming true for you? Yay! All about wishes and fairies and magic and whatever you want. It's all here today. So as always, we have 3 piles. We have fairy messages. So I'm just going to read you Keep Going, the title to the message for now. The second pile and the second message is Believe. And the third pile and the third message is Friends. So as always, take as much time as you need to figure out which pile is yours, whether it's the energy of the pile or whatever we just put in front of you there, the titles, however you decide, completely up to you. As long as you are in touch with your own intuition, these should resonate. If the first pile doesn't resonate, feel free to pick another pile. And as always, general disclaimer, these are general readings, obviously, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't. So let's get right into your readings here. Go ahead and put aside pile 2 and 3. So if you chose pile 1, again, these are messages from your fairy godmother. What wishes are coming true for you? So we already gave you the keep going, and the rest of it is the world at times is big and loud, but we'll make sure you're safe and sound. So this is a beautiful message of protection and love for you. Keep going. I'm going to leave that for you. So we're going to find out what wishes are coming true for you. We're going to start off with Oracle and then move on to our beautiful tarot for some more clarity later on. Let's get right into your messages. You've got the Law of Grace. Be your divine essence. Dissolve all in grace. Number 41. That is beautiful there. And then you've got Flowerful. Sweet and gentle power. And number 7. Lovely. And then you've got protection, another protection here for you. Now you've got the fairies protection. The fairies of protection are shielding you with a magical fairy ring of love and light. Practice psychic protection before embarking upon any spiritual work. And then you've got change tracks. So it feels as though pile 1, what's coming in for you, your wishes that are coming in for you, is to have a really profound understanding of, and this is not a small thing, so bear with us, but have a really profound understanding of your past and how it relates to your future. All of your wisdom integrated, and also being able to move in the direction that you want to, doing it the way that you want to, being your authentic self, not having to dumb yourself down, and also integrating that really sweet essence that you have, which is the divine feminine aspect of self that you have, and really letting that come in front and center. And of course that will be also with your, sorry, that's my cat in the background if you can hear, and that will also be your beautiful inner child coming up for you too, front and center. So for some of you it feels as though moving in a new direction, and it doesn't feel as though this is necessarily a new direction. You've been thinking about this direction for a while, but it's definitely putting you on the right track and moving you forward. It does feel as though for some of you the wish is coming true. It's about moving out of the current circumstances that you're in, and for each and every one of you that's going to look different, of course, because this is a general reading, and somehow moving forward into this sort of new beginning. But it's a literal new beginning, and it's something that you've been asking asking for. Now, a lot of this can sort of fall, keep your energy high and keep your vibe high, because a lot of this can just sort of work itself out. Just put your energy out there and be clear about what it is that you want. But you are ready to move forward and you're ready to get that wish. And it's definitely your wish is leaving behind some kind of situation and moving forward. Now, for some of you, this is already beginning to transpire and you're a little bit overwhelmed by it, because you did feel as though you were going to get it. But now that it's actually here, there's a little bit of doubt. What, can I make this work? Is this the right time? The answer is yes. If you're already at that time and you're feeling a little overwhelmed and you're wondering if it is the right time and it is the right move, this is confirmation for you. Move in that right direction. Absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt. You have been leading up to this for a really, really long time. And again, you are completely protected. And whatever you're moving into, whatever this new circumstance is, it promises to be fruitful. It promises to bring you new energy into your life. You're really looking for a brand new sort of infusion of energy and ways to do things. You've become a little bit stagnant. You've become a little bit about the old energy. And even though you've been working different types of energy and moving things around, there's only so much you can do from the place that you've been in. And the truth is that wherever you are right now, you've outgrown a while ago. And this is something that you knew, and you sort of outgrew it maybe 3 or 4 times actually. So this is not the first time you've asked to sort of move up or move in a different direction or invite some new circumstances in. But this is the first time that it's been delivered to you in such a way. So, and whatever this comes in for you, whatever change this is, it may not quite be the exact change that you were looking for, and that's fine. Whatever this change is, it will bring you on to the next thing. For some of you, it'll be moving house. For some of you, it'll be moving jobs or something. It's a leveling up of sorts. It'll appear differently for each and every one of you. You've got the Knight of Pentacles and you've got strength. Absolutely. So it's just a reminder, don't worry. Everything is going to be fine. Everything is going to work out exactly as it's supposed to. So just stay grounded and keep breathing. Not too quickly, but keep breathing. You've got this. There's an energy around you that you've asked for something, and as these wishes are performing for you and coming in for you, you are feeling a little overwhelmed because you're used to being in this state of understanding that things are coming to you, but now things are actually coming to you. You've been in a waiting pattern, like a holding pattern for a while, but you've also been very ready to move forward. So now the action is moving forward, moving you forward. It's like you should have had a lot of time almost to acclimate your mind to something brand new happening. But at the same time, you've been in this holding pattern for so long, it does feel kind of like a shock in a way. So keep grounded, keep that strength, keep that courage. Again, whatever's coming in for you may not look exactly like what you would put your mind to, but this is moving you in the right direction. And it's a very important move because this is the place where you can meet very significant others and be in a situation to really move you forward. So trust absolutely the Eight of Wands. So this is external energy coming in from the outside to you. Something that's coming to you that's going to move you forward. But again, you've been doing this. You've been putting the energy out there for quite a while. So this is like, this should not be a shock to you. There's a reason to celebrate, although your practical mind is getting a little like, oh, there's so much to do, which is totally fair enough if you are in the moving stage. But try and stay in the celebratory stage too, that you've attracted this and everything will be fine. You are literally moving up a level in every way, shape or form. Now your vibe has been really high and you've been able to maintain it for a while. But again, you've been in this sort of holding pattern of where you were before. So a lot of the energy that was in and around you and your immediate environment was not matching your actual vibe, as it were, or your actual energy. So some of the situations or some of the things that you were trying to move forward didn't fall flat necessarily, but maybe didn't take off quite in the way that you had hoped. Now, some of you were doubting yourself and thinking, oh, maybe it is me, maybe it is my vibe. And it really, the universe was just protecting you at that time, not necessarily to take off at that time, because it wanted to move you out of that situation. So everything in and around you very soon, as you move into this new way of being, or this new opportunity, is going to meet or match where you are in your vibration. And that's going to be really important, because whatever energy you put out there will be matched again. So when you start putting out or start really building, on some of you are building new existences or new ways of earning money, working for yourself, that sort of thing. But again, it's not taking off quite the way that you want to. But once this move is set in, there's a way that it will, because all the energy around will be supporting it. Absolutely, the sun. You cannot go wrong with this energy that's coming in. Whatever's coming in will be a celebratory energy. It will be taking you out of where you are and putting you somewhere else. And we want to be very clear, Pile One. This has got nothing to do. This is not something that you have not cultivated. This is not something that you've not been working on. So you deserve this. You absolutely deserve this. So when things start falling into place, don't you dare doubt yourself. This is energy that's been in and around you, without a shadow of a doubt. So go with it. Let's get you a few more tarot cards here. Because these are general messages, each one of these situations will look slightly different. We've got, absolutely, you've got the Wheel of Fortune. It's time for you to go, and it feels as though, yeah, leaving all of that that old energy behind. It feels as though everything, that the stagnant energy sort of represented your past, that's going to be left behind. And the Wheel of Fortune too, you know, it can turn 180, it can turn one way or another. It feels as though you've tried to turn it on its side many, many times. You know, I'm done, I'm out of here, I'm ready to move. But you know, the universe was like, it kept you where you were, and that could be kind of frustrating. But at the same time, you maybe didn't have quite a clear vision of what you wanted to see. Now, the reason why you were in a holding pattern was not because you didn't, you know, even if you didn't have a clear vision, it really had nothing to do with that. This was a timing element. There was definitely a timing element, because wherever you're going and wherever your brand new beginnings are, this is all about you meeting new people, again, these new connections, this new energy coming in, and all of that needed to be solidified on the other side. So this was a divine timing element. So for those of you who were beating yourself up for this taking so long, my goodness, you know, I wanted to be out of here, I wanted this change for so long. You know, again, there was a divine timing time. And once you get into that other side and you actually like really step into this brand new energy, and it could be quite quick, because once divine timing has set its space and you're ready to go, your energy was already there. So there was really very little for you to do. It was just a matter of waiting for this divine timing to come in. But yeah, there is this beautiful energy of being helped out, this beautiful energy of being lifted up, something from the external coming in, a letter, something telling you got into school, something congratulating you for something else, but it means it's a new beginning. And again, leaving this old energy behind, because you're physically leaving it. So there's just these essences of this new beginning for you, which is absolutely beautiful. I want to choose a couple more here for you. So this is, you know, absolutely worthy of this. Again, this is something that's been on the cards for a really long time, pardon the pun. But and your energy is so great, even though you might be a little bit overwhelmed, and some of you are worried that, you know, the overwhelming is taking away from everything that's going on. Your base energy is really high, and you've got a lot of guides in and around you. This is, you know, even your ancestors are coming in and sort of like, you know, congratulating you and bringing you on and bringing you over, and making sure that you're protected. And this is just the beginning. We want to be clear that, you know, whatever change this sets into place for you, it's like a movement. It's that kinetic movement. It's just the beginning of something new, but it takes you out of the old again. So it's brand new energy that just allows in so much more. Be of service. It gives you this freedom yeah, it gives you this freedom to do things a little bit differently and to do what you want to do, but with absolute freedom. There's only so much, everything, all the energy that you put out, it's like, it doesn't matter how many times you sage or smudge where you are or the situation that you're in. You need, sometimes we just need that new beginning. We need that reset. We need that start. This gives you, even everything that you're doing, you know, what if it's not garnering the results that you're really kind of waiting for, this will be in a situation that when you move forward, you will be able to like bring in that energy, bring in that money, and really solidify what you've already been doing to new lengths. So if some of you are sitting there going, all right, well, I'm really into this new idea. I love the idea of it, but I've not been able to make it work here. I don't know if I'll be able to make it work somewhere else. Let go of that thought. That's why you're here, because the reason why you couldn't make it work was because of the past old energy. It was a little bit stagnant. You will be able to make it work with the exact same formula somewhere else. This new beginning opens these brand new doors for you. It's very exciting for you. So again, you know, because it's one of those energies, it will be very different for each and every one of you. But most of you have had this energy in line for a while, so you'll have an idea of what it is. This is not brand new. This is something that you've been working on, and again, it's been going round and round and round, and you've not been able to solidify it, or you're sort of like a carriage horse or whatever. You go merry-go-round, you go round and round, you've not been able to step off the merry-go-round. So this is energy that's been in and around you, and it's been kind of frustrating. And for some of you, you've been in a little bit of a rut, and you've done everything you can to get yourself out of that rut with new ideas and new energy, and that's wonderful. But again, only so much is happening with that. So this is everything is going to bloom when this opportunity presents itself for you to move on or have this new beginning somewhere else. So that's what we have for you. We're sending you so much love and support for exactly where you are and who you are in the world. If you have not subscribed, feel free to do that. We have so much going on with the Unicorn School of Light, and of course the podcast, everything. All the links are down below. Feel free to hit that bell icon so you never miss a reading to a week, of course, and hit that like button. All right, my darlings, Pile 1, go enjoy your magical life. Until we meet again. Bye-bye. Okay, Pile 2, these are your messages. So we are doing magical messages from your fairy godmother. What wishes are coming true for you? And of course you chose believe. So let's go ahead and get you your fairy messages. Magic is there when you believe, so dream big things you can achieve. Wonderful. So we will be finding out what wishes are coming true for you with your oracle and moving on to your tarot. So let's get going. Grieve your losses. Okay, that's your first card. And then you have inner child. The fairies of playfulness remind you to make time to embrace your inner child. Playing keeps us young at heart. Do something silly and fun, but stay safe. Wonderful. And then you have magical crystal cave. Switch on your inner light. Bring forward your gifts. And then you have cherish, number 15, rediscover the sweetness of life. So this is for you to reassess your energy and move forward in a different way. It feels as though there's a decision that's being made in and around those who chose Pile 2. So it feels as though this is something that's been sort of on the cards for a while. For some of you, you're ready to meet your significant other if you are single. For some of you, it's about sort of letting the past go completely and totally, but sort of leveling up in this way where you're really understanding how beautiful you are. And once you do, you can really release the past. A lot of you don't hold on to the past. Well, you do, but you do it in a very specific way. You hold on to memories of the past. You can hold them close. So you can make sure that you never get treated that way again, or you can make sure that nothing like this ever stays again. So you sort of keep it. It's like keeping an old journal that every now and again you go ahead and you remind yourself, you read through it, right? And this is what you've been doing. And there's nothing wrong with that in any way, shape or form. It keeps the energy around, but it's sort of, you use it in a way, it's quite ingenious really. You use it as a way to protect yourself. It's almost like you keep it on, the energy on file. And then when something or someone comes up and you hang on a minute, you go back into the file and go, nope, I'm not going down that road. I'm not doing that anymore, right? So it's not held you in a pattern pattern per se, but you know, the movement forward has been a little bit slow. And this is a beautiful time for you to, what you do is you're literally taking out those files and you're burning them, right? You're like, oh, absolutely, they were there for a while. And again, there's no right or wrong way to do this. But they held that pattern of protection for a while, which you needed because you were so sweet and you put other people first, that giving people the benefit of the doubt. So having that that file that you could go back to, as it were, and check in and say, you know what, I've done this before, I'm not going to do this again. But you held that energy, and now it's all up for grabs. You're like, all right, I'm finally done. I've grieved all of the old sort of people in my life and all of these old situations. I now know that, you know, obviously I can't do anything to change those situations. But what you've done is you've got those nuggets of gold, those pearls of wisdom. And it's really important for you to realize that you didn't do anything wrong, that you did your best in each of these situations. For some of you, there's a slight harboring of regret sometimes in things that you've done before, or situations that you've constantly stayed in and you didn't, you know, stick up for yourself a little bit earlier. And that's perfectly natural. That's a very human thing to do and feel. But this is like a brand new beginning. This is you celebrating everything that you've been through and saying, all right, I'm not keeping any of this energy on file anymore. I'm letting it go. This is a brand new beginning for me. I can move in any direction. I don't need any of that old remnants of that energy anymore. So it allows you to sort of move forward in a way that you've not really had the space to do before. It also gives you the space to really command your own space. And what that means is to really appreciate who you are and get to a new level of sort of self-acceptance. You're always working through stuff and you're always working on yourself. You're very sort of self-motivating in that way, which is absolutely beautiful. But there's... and there isn't much to do. It's not like you need, as we say here on the channel, don't go down the rabbit hole. You don't need to constantly go down and keep feeling as though you need to heal. But even before, this is a new chance for you to sort of step into this new identity in a way, to really embrace parts of yourself that were a little bit lost before. And some of that was like a little bit divine feminine energy and a little bit of that beautiful inner child energy too. You've done work on both without a shadow of a doubt, but this was more sort of integrating it at a level that you can work from it. You know, it's your firm foundation with your inner child, and then your divine feminine is actually your main foundation moving forward. That's something that's a brand new way to be in the world. Justice, absolutely. So a lot of you have been figuring out how to be, for want of a better term, although it is a pretty good term, how to be a complete badass, right? But also not lose aspects of yourself where you're hardening up in the world, because that's something that can happen. Where you still have that softness and that grace and that beauty, but at the same time, you have that badassery moving forward. This is a balance that you've been really working on one way or another. Now, there's a badass side to you without a shadow of a doubt, and that comes up a lot, and sometimes it really comes out, and you want to pull it back a little bit. And there's other times where the softness of you, which is really beautiful, and that's your receptive part of you. That's the part that people are innately actually attracted to. And even though you've hidden it and dumbed it down a little bit, people are still attracted to you in that way because you have that energy. So bringing that softness front and center is something that you can do, but still have that passion and that beauty moving forward. It's this very deliberate way of balancing yourself that you've sort of, it's almost like a seesaw. You have these very, very two developed sides of yourself, and you're always one or the other. And one of them is usually behind closed doors and one of them is out in the world. You can almost have a sort of a stoic sort of place to you when you're outside in the world almost. But there's also this really sort of friendly aspect of you that's always there, that's been integrated, that, you know, that's coming up more to the forefront. So this is about you balancing that badassery and being absolutely incredible at the same time. Well, you've been incredible already, but being absolutely beautiful and enhancing that with this sweet, gorgeous beauty that you have, right? And not having to dumb it down or set it back and protect it and, you know, bring it out when it's safe, right? So you have, yeah, moving forward in this incredible way, and also sort of looking back to and just being really proud of everything that you've done. So this new way of being is a wish come true for you, because you want to be out in the world, but, you know, having that dynamic, you've always wondered, you know, am I too harsh? You know, am I too badass? Or do I not have what it takes? It's, you know, you can be quite extreme in your thought processes. And again, both of these sides of you are extremely well developed. It's just a matter of bringing it back to balance. And the funny thing is that you've been working on this for so long, and you've been trying to bring it back to balance for so long. And the fact that you've been trying to bring it back to balance actually was sort of counterintuitive in a way. It's perfectly natural that you would do that, but you actually found yourself sort of more confused and more overwhelmed when you try to bring it back to balance. This is just about acceptance, full acceptance of oneself. And in doing that, there is a natural balance that comes in with both of them, because both sides of your personality, because this is not a 50-50 thing. There are times when you need, you know, the 80% badassery and then the 20%, you know, softness, and vice versa. So this is about you sort of allowing this, releasing into this new way of being. Let's get some specifics for you too. This is also coming back to a time where you used to be like this a lot, and then it feels like for some of you life got in the way, or the world got hard, and, you know, you did whatever you could, and then there was parts of yourself that, you know, that were really fun and really unique and really quirky, just got left to the side just a little bit. And bringing those out again is going to be wonderful, and there's going to be situations for you to be doing that. Again, balancing out all aspects of yourself in this sort of new way. So you have the Queen of Swords here reversed, and then you have the Four of Cups. So yeah, in the past, it's about honoring your authenticity. It's about honoring your voice and where you are, and the truism of who you are. And, you know, the universe is always trying to give you gifts. It's always trying to show you something, but you tend to not necessarily focus on the negative because you're a negative person. You're inherently actually a very bright person, but you also want to figure out what's going on. You're also very vigilant about the energy that's in and around you. So if you can focus on the negative stuff that's going on, you can fix and heal the negative stuff that's going on. So this is just a shift in perception too. Now, that intrinsically is not a bad thing to do. Of course it isn't. There's no right or wrong in how to do this. But, you know, there's many different ways to heal, of course. But, you know, when you constantly focused on what needed to be fixed, there was an element of the way in which you articulated yourself or your power. It felt a little bit more diminished. You felt a little more disconnected from who you are. So this is coming back to a complete connection. This is coming back to the energy that you've always been and you've had, but you didn't abandon. There were things that needed to be done. And the strategy that you took for healing was perfectly reasonable for you at that time, but it's not reasonable for you anymore, because when you move forward, you really want to move forward differently. So when this is all enacted, you can move in any direction that you want to. A lot of you want to really step up into the roles that you are or currently in, but, you know, move forward and building your own society and building your own world. You've decided to sort of change your world, change it all up, and make everything completely different. As you look around your world and what you've settled for before, you realize that that's not what you want to do anymore. You want to shift and you want to level up pretty much in every level of your life. And you've had some profound successes in that way, on a very sort of insular, sort of intricate level, on a very personal level. And now you want to see that success out in the world. Who wouldn't? So this balance is coming in for you at a time. And there's this soft sweetness of rediscovering aspects of your personality and rediscovering aspects of your life and the way that you were before, coming back and integrating into this balance, which again doesn't need to be 50-50 or controlled. It's just coming in. There's a divine element to this, which is just the surrendering to the process and allowing everything to fall into place. And in that, there's aspects of your personality that's falling back into place that you had, that had just been sort of not forgotten, but they've been put to the wayside because you had other things. You had a lot of healing to do. You had a lot of things to do. And again, it's really beautiful that you're in this position, that you're not holding on to any aspect of your past anymore. All of those files that you had from before that you needed because people would constantly come back into your life and you would say, oh, things would be different this time. Having those files sort of filed away, you can go back and remind yourself of where you were. So being able to pull those out and just really toss them into the fire and have them gone is the sort of this brand new beginning, knowing that nothing that as you move forward will be regurgitated again from the past. And again, it puts you in this position to move in any direction that you want. Now, for most of you, because this is a general reading, you have an idea of what that direction will be. So we're not going to put every single thing that can happen. For some of you, it's a new love. And for some of you, it's definitely, again, building that community, building communities, building a new life. But it's building the life that you want to see. It's changing up everything in and around you, and it's sort of rearranging your external world to your beliefs on the inner. And this is not a small thing for you to do. You very often kept your true beliefs and everything that you felt, a lot of what you felt, to yourself. And you did this while you were healing because it would have been debilitating for you if you put yourself out there too early and somebody sort of pulled you down. It could have been really debilitating for you, but you're not in that position anymore. So you're going to stand your ground. You're going to say what you say, accepting of everybody else and doing whatever they want. But yet there's this strength and purpose that you always had, but it's just next level and it's integrated into the external world. And that for you is where the power is, because you've done so much interior working and interior healing, which of course is where all the action really happens. So now you're ready to solidify that action on the exterior and see how that's going to play out. It's a very, very exciting time for you, really. Let's get you maybe a couple more of these cards here. Let's see what we have for you. Rejuvenate. Yeah, this is brand new. And embrace your power. Absolutely beautiful. We want to put that right next to the world here. This is a brand new way for you to embrace your power. It's leveling up in a way that you haven't had the chance to do before. It's going to feel rejuvenation. You're going to feel that because it's brand new energy. As you put your energy out there, it's not lagging from those old files, right? It's absolutely, so you're free to go in any direction. And embracing your power, it's going to feel really amazing. Whereas before, the way in which you embraced your power, you did it at certain times and then looking over your shoulder, what's the repercussions of this? This is completely different. This is just you. This is who I am, and it's very, very powerful. You've always had an immense amount of power, but you've been very careful about how you wield it. And now you're like, no, I'm doing this. I'm wielding it any way, shape or form. Anytime I want to do this, I'm going to do this. So this is an incredible way forward for you. And again, to be clear, the wish is coming true for you. This energy is coming in to solidify in and around you. Dream big, whatever it is that you want, and the energy that you've put out there, it can come back to you at any time. So, for each and every one of you, the specific wishes will be a little bit different, but this is the energy that will be in and around them. So if you're recognizing these stages in your life, they're just around the corner. So just hold on, keep that energy high, and literally just be you on all levels. That's all we ever ask of you. So this is what we have for you, Pile 2. We're sending you so much love and beauty for exactly where you are and who you are in the world. If you have not subscribed, feel free to do that and hit that bell icon so you never miss a reading 2 a week. And of course, we have the Unicorn Light podcast and everything all down below. So many different ways to work with this beautiful energy. So check that all out. Until we meet again, take care, Pile 2. Bye-bye. Okay, beautiful Pile 3s. Last but not least, if you chose the friends, then this is your pile. And again, magical messages from your fairy godmother. What wishes are coming true for you? So friends was your title. Let's get you your fairy message. All the love your light extends, its reflection shown in chosen friends. Ah, soul family coming in, beautiful. So let's find out what wishes are coming in for you. And of course, we're going to start off with the oracle, move on to our beautiful tarot. Let's get right into your messages. Ooh, enter the magic, live in the now. Number 6, seize the moment, gorgeous. Life is meant to be enjoyed. All Souls, 24. And then you've got, let's turn this around, have faith. It's coming in for you too. And then pure intention. The fairy of manifestation will help you to use your wishes wisely. Manifest your heart's desire with pure intention and for the highest good of all. So it feels like there's a reflection of new soul family members coming in, lots of joy coming in, lots of laughter. You really do have this incredible sense of humor. Pile 3, some of you have a quite dark and even sick sense of humor. Well done. 2, but you relish being around beautiful people, and for some of you, you've been in situations where you've been held up in vibrations that didn't really meet yours, and you've been there for a while, and you've been wondering when your soul family is going to come in or when this is going to shake up, and it's been, for some of you, it's been a while. That you've had real connections with people that have just sort of been magical and just been brand new, and you're so capable of that, and you've had that so much in your life that some of you are actually wondering if it was you. Is it me that I can't meet anybody, or is it me that I'm not on the same level as anybody else? The truth of the matter is, just objectively looking into it, it obviously wasn't you, but there was something about your vibration. You were moving your vibration so quickly, especially in the last 2 years, right? A lot of people have been activated. But even before then, I would say probably the last sort of 4 or 5 years, your energy has not been all over the place in a way that you would really recognize, but there was so much healing that was going on that wasn't sort of a maintaining vibration to keep people into your life. So you attracted people in at that time, and then you healed that, and then they fell away, and vice versa. And also a lot of the situations that you got yourself into, even like for some people who started jobs and didn't stay at that job that long, even though they're capable of it. You attracted, even in your work situation, this is not for everybody, but just in general in your life, you attracted where you were, and then you grew out of that situation and it all sort of fell apart. So you started in with a job, it was wonderful, and then 6 months later it was just horrible and you just had to leave. And it wasn't anything that anyone did per se. It was just, again, your energy was shifting and moving in such a direction that you grew out of situations quite quickly, and you grew out of people and energies quite quickly. So for some of you, this could have been quite disconcerting, because you're wondering again, oh my God, is this me? Why can't I keep friends? But the universe always gives you a leg up. So there would have been 1 or 2 people in and around you, and they would have been close, and somebody that would have been there sort of within that time for most of you, just to remind you that you are capable of it, and there is somebody there. They may not be around you all of the time, like live, 10 minutes up the road, but they would have been somebody that was that you met in and around the time frame of everything else falling apart, and they're still there, and that bond is still strong, and that bond is always going to be strong. So have faith. This is all shifting for you now. Your energy is really securing itself in such a way that you're going to be bringing in like really amazing energy and really amazing people. It also means, and this is a dream come true for you, not just because everything's been sort of up and down and sideways and this, that, and the other, but because you have a really beautiful sense of humor. Again, you have this great laughter and this great sense of joy and just this lightness to you and this pure intention and this gorgeousness. And again, life is meant to be enjoyed, but you are a people person, even though a lot of you are really quite introverted in many ways, and you really do need your time alone. My God, you absolutely do. And that's, how to be alone. You don't even feel lonely. In fact, you got to the point where there were so many ups and downs with energy coming in and out. You got really good at being alone. And now you're like, I don't know, some of you might be like, I don't even know if I need anybody. Well, you don't need anyone. You really don't. You're actually very self-sufficient, but it would be nice for you to have people around you, and good quality people too. People you can have around. So have faith that's coming in. And just to get back into that sort of that beauty of life too, having that laugh, not taking things too seriously. Because of all the ups and downs, you tended to take things quite seriously because things were moving, and if you weren't in that job anymore, you needed to do this and you needed to do that. And of course, the last 2 years have been crazy for everyone. Again, regardless of what boat you've been in, we've all been in the same storm. So it's just a matter of craziness, sort of solidifying in a way that brings you in this new energy. And it also means that your energy is leveling out. You're getting to the point where, and again, it wasn't like you needed a whole lot of healing. You were already whole already, but you were in a position of releasing a lot of that old energy. And as that energy was releasing, that old energy, you could bring in people who were holding that frequency of that old energy, which is why they didn't stay around. Right? So everything was quite quick in a way, and could have been quite confusing for you. I know the common denominator is you, but we can assure you there's nothing wrong with you at all. Whatever job or situation or even love that didn't work out, it really wasn't supposed to. Whatever's meant for you is coming in for you, and these are your wishes. The universe didn't want you to settle, so they moved all of this energy out of your life and out of your existence as quickly as possible. And sometimes that can be a little bit disconcerting because it's just, it can be a little rough, right? So let's see what we have here. Let's get some specifics for you. Yes, you've got the Empress. I love that. And you've got the Page of Wands. You've got this new energy, this new vibration, this new sort of passion moving forward. You have a lot of passion. You used a lot of the passion that you had, not against yourself, but you were using it as a catalyst to move through old energy, right? So a lot of the passion will be freed up for you to do new things in the world and have more time with friends and do this, that, and the other. It always felt as though you were busy, even though if you put down everything that you did in a day, it wouldn't make sense to anyone else. Everyone else would be like, or other people would be, it didn't seem like you did much today, but you were always busy. It just felt like all of your energy was always busy. And that's because you have an amazing amount of energy, and it was being used as a catalyst. You're the original alchemist, so really taking that baseline energy and leveling it up, and you were doing that in such an extreme way. Now, some of you are quite aware that this was going on for you, but you may not have known that the external stuff that was happening was connected to it, because you felt differently. You could change your moods quite quickly over the last 5 years. And you had these really, really lows and these really big highs in a way that you didn't really have before. You had your mood, you had your ups and downs. You definitely have a lot of sort of emotional energy, and that's very healthy for you. And again, a lot of this passion and moving forward. But the lows that you hit in the last 5 years, scared you for some of you a little bit, because they were really low, and the highs that you had were really amazing. So that's just the way that your energy was playing out. So this is a leveling off, and it doesn't mean that you won't reach those highs again. Not at all. You're capable of achieving exactly what you want, and you're moving in and around people who can help you in many different ways, give you a leg up, give you a support. But you're going to be around this energy that just sort of enlightens you up, as I like to say. Enlighten, get back into the joy of living instead of just the sort of the movements of living through, and taking those small moments of joy that come in every now and again. But instead, this is going to be much more of bringing in those elements of joy, so they're secured in your life moving forward. Yeah, Ace of Pentacles and King of Cups. You really do have that energy of this beautiful emotionality that you have, that you're keeping, that you're moving forward with, and you were able to dig deep with that. That's why when you went low, you were able, that was getting to the root cause. That was the core of everything that that you were bringing up, that you were going into. Different methods of healing. Each and every one of you had different methods of healing, and it worked for you. Not all of those methods would have looked great on paper, or other people would have said, what the hell are you doing? But again, you always do things your own way. So, and you're well able for the sort of the ups and the downs, even though At the time, it didn't really feel that way, but you are, the strength that you were born with is absolutely incredible. But this is a way for you to move forward now. This is a way for you to have that sunshine integrated back into your life. This is a way for you to really be clear about the movement that you want to make and solidify these people and situations coming into your life. That's going to be different. That's the energy is going to be different with them. They're going to be sticking around. They're going to mean something. And that's going to really connect you to your surroundings in and around you in a way that you haven't felt connected with. Now, some of you might actually be moving and meeting these people somewhere else. It doesn't necessarily mean that they'll just automatically come in and around you. Some of you will be moving a job into a job where it's really cool people that you're working with. Either way, there is a situation that opens itself up to you. And it could be sort of a double whammy where you get offered this incredible position that you're really excited with, and the people that are there just happen to be amazing and become best friends. It sounds like, a Hollywood movie, but it is possible. It happens all of the time, and it's going to be happening for you. Now, a lot of you might be a little bit nervous because in the past when you thought, these great people were in and around, or these great opportunities came in, they were the great opportunities for that moment, but you grew out of that moment. The way in which you will be moving forward and utilizing your energy, and you'll always be growing without a shadow of a doubt, but you won't be growing out of these situations in the way that you were growing before. It's almost like you had this growth spurt of healing, and now you're just in this sort of, you're not stuck, you're not stationary in any way form, but you're not growing outwards anymore. You're sort of growing sideways and taking people with you, if that makes sense. Let's get you some more information here. Let's see what else we have for you, and get some more cards. What else for pile 3 do they need to know from their fairy godmother about magical wishes coming in? But this is all incredibly beautiful for you, and not before time too. Yeah, you've got temperance. You've really been waiting for this. And you've got this, there's been this energy in and around you. Oh, beautiful. Okay, so this is moving up to the next level. So you've been waiting a while for this. You're ready for this. And some of the situations that, the universe took you out of, they were not healthy at all, one way or another. And this is something that, sort of mirrored aspects of your personality. But again, you were actively working on them to go in, to release, to heal. And the people that were in and around you were not in that healing cycle, or at least at that time. Everybody heals on their own terms, in their own way, but you didn't come together in those situations before to heal together. Your situation was to come in to notice, to really observe the energy of your past so you could move through it and get out of there really quickly. So this is a leveling up of sorts that is absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, you're ready for. You are ready for. A lot of you are coming into new loves. And again, this could be in and around this new group of people that are coming in, but new loves. For some of you, you're already with a love, and this is a major leveling up of taking it to the next step, whether that means marriage. There's different ways you can do marriage or ceremony, and or whatever it is that you want to do. However you take it to the next level, that's it. But a lot of you will be coming into new energy of love in and around you, and this will be a brand new beginning with a brand new person with brand new energy, and this is very exciting for you. It almost feels like everything's sort of happening at the same time, but again, you've had so many ups and downs, and you've been working on leveling out for so long. You've been waiting for this. This is not going to, even if it feels overwhelming a little bit at the beginning, you can absolutely handle this. And once you get into it, it's all going to be linked together. With the people that you meet, the new situation, the new person, this, that, and the other. It'll all come in together, and it won't feel overwhelming. It won't feel like one thing is taking over your life. It will all be very seamless and absolutely beautiful. Let's pull you one more fairy dust. Magical fairy dust card here. This is a gorgeous time for you. Absolutely well deserved. Couldn't happen to a better person, and also at the better timing. It's time, right? Right. Here we go. Portals. Where do we play in nature, that's where the garden gate will take you there. This is your portal. This is your time. This is your time. And again, even when it was your time, it was a small amount of time and then it fell away. This is your time to move into something brand new that takes you there. And again, it's all around friends and family and soul family and love too. But don't underestimate that coming in with a job offer or something else. It's going to be 2 or 3 things coming in at the same time. But again, the portal is open for you for this, and there's guaranteed success. And success, when we talk about success on this channel, we talk about being happy, we talk about being joyful, we talk about being satisfied, looking around at your life going, this is incredible. What you achieve with that energy is endless. You can go out and achieve absolutely anything you want with that. So as this is a general reading, the specifics of this you can go out and achieve, but being around this energy of success, of happiness, of joy is your firm foundation to really propel you into anything that you want. But yeah, we have this, the patience will be rewarded, the beautiful soul family coming in, and for a lot of you, the loves. And you've been feeling this love coming in too. So this should be no surprise for you too. Some of you might even have an idea of who that person is, but you haven't solidified the relationship yet. That's fine. No need to rush. Take your time. Again, you've been moving in this energy and moving in this direction to really kick in with the divine feminine, with this divine timing and the divine feminine, with this action of divine timing. So you don't need to rush anything. This is for you to peruse and have fun and slow down and enjoy and bring back that joyful aspect, that level, that layer of joy. All the time that's there, and this is absolutely available for you now. Incredible reading, pile 3. We are sending you so much love and joy and beauty for exactly who you are and where you are in the world. If you have not subscribed yet, we would love to have you, and of course hit that bell icon so you never miss a reading, 2 a week, and of course hit that like button. We have so much going on too. It's all the links down below. Don't forget the podcast, the new episode on the podcast. What is it? Owning your authenticity and your voice. You won't want to miss that. And of course we have the Unicorn School of Light and the beautiful website. So much to choose from. So go be you and check out the links down below if you feel like you want to. Until we meet again, go enjoy your beautiful life. Lots of laughter and lots of love coming in for you. Take care. Bye-bye.